Beyonce, thank you very much. To the Beehive and everyone else, I know they came for me when I said I'm leaning towards this being the best Beyonce album.
Are you Beehive? Are you male Beehive? I need to ask this question.
I don't know. I never put a bee emoji up, but you know what I'm saying? If I gotta throw one up to be down, I'm down. We got things to cover on this Rap Life Review. I am Ebro. This week we got Eddie, who's on COVID protocols from the crib out in LA. What's your favorite? I know you and Lo, who's not able to make it today, but you and Lo was prepping for this show, so.
Bruh, we'd be remiss if we would not talk about Queen Bee first, right? Because I seen your tweets Thursday night, the album wasn't even out yet, and you was talking about favorite album of the year, best album, best Beyonce album.
If you look back, I waited until Friday.
Okay. Well, no, it was Thursday. It was Thursday.
It was whenever the album was public, whenever it was publicly available in Apple Music, was when I started doing that.
Anyways, Ebro, I'm setting you up, dog. Talk about your favorite album so far. Maybe your favorite Beyonce album. Maybe already a classic. And we know how much we hate when people talk about classics the first weekend, the first day, whatever.
I never used that terminology, classic. I said I'm leaning towards my favorite. And the reason I'm leaning in that direction is because I am partial to a project that has cohesiveness, a singular idea and a thought. You know, this album is very sonically right in the pocket, top to bottom. And literally, I don't think there's a single skip for me on this Beyonce album.
So Thursday, I got sick. I got COVID on Thursday. So I didn't get to listen to, because I just wasn't in the mood. I was man down. So I didn't get to listen to it. So I got to listen to it a little bit later than everybody else. But I thought to myself, I got to be on the show, WWBD. What would Beyonce do? She would play through it. She would play sick. I listened to it. Renaissance, you're not lying. It's a classic. There's energy to it. There's cohesion to it. But as I saw the reaction before I listened to it, and it seemed to have 100% approval rating, what I thought, being late to the project, was just how this could have been perceived as experimental. For Beyonce to do this was a risk. Even though it's beloved by everyone, for her to do this and execute it the way she did, it just already solidifies somebody that's probably the world's greatest entertainer as we speak.
Beyonce's taken risks before and sonically pivoted before in ways too. So I think for her taking a risk like this, which she knows is a home run for her core audience, right? People who still go to house music clubs, people who still go to dance clubs, right? Like people are still in that zone. Plus, she's pulling from Donna Summer. She's pulling from 90s house music and that kind of house pop sound from the 90s. So she pulled from some places that bring a level of familiarity. Even on Church Girl, she's sampling a classic bounce record in DJ Jimmy, layering in the Clark sisters over there, which is, you know, obviously icons in gospel. You know, I think we should also note now we understand why Drake hurried on up and put out that dance project, because he knew this was coming. You know, I think it was just a coincidence. He might have been working on some heat. She was going in that direction because, you know, people, if you're in the creative community in and around music, you know things have gotten mundane and people are looking to shift the energy and change things. And if you're going to shift and change in some way, and people are back outside going to clubs again, why not make music for people to actually party to?
There's nothing wrong with moody music, but when the whole landscape is the same exact thing, it gets tedious, it gets boring. And then the reality of it, part of this culture is going out. It's going to day parties, it's going to clubs. And when everything is down tempo and you always have to pull old songs to bring the energy up, there is something wrong with that. It's a shift that we needed. We're glad that the Drakes and the Beyoncés can do it. And I'm just happy to get the energy up. We got like 1 month left in summer. Let's do this.
Beyonce, thank you very much. To the Beehive and everyone else, I know they came for me when I said I'm leaning towards this being the best Beyonce album.
Are you Beehive? Are you male Beehive? I need to ask this question.
I don't know. I never put a bee emoji up, but you know what I'm saying? If I gotta throw one up to be down, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
I've been at this life. I've been in this before Beehive even had a name, bruh. I'm talking about like 1998.
Talk to him. I'm late, bruh.
When she was in Happily Ever After, the Case video, you can't even find nowhere.
You know what I mean? Talk to him. Rep your set.
Pre-internet.
Rep your set.
When they became a trio, when they got rid of Farrah, I was there. Post a picture. I was hugging Beyonce. That was me in 2000.
Post a photo. Post a photo.
I'm telling you, I've been male Beehive from the giddy up, bro. I love me from Beyonce. I don't feel bad for loving me from Beyonce. That's my girl.
Pivoting Let's get into this Fivio Mase that we have here in the notes. Apparently, Mase had given Fivio a $5,000 advance many years ago and brought Fivio on. People were all up in arms. You know, Mase basically doing people how Diddy did him. Mase went on $1 million worth of game, shot to Gillian Wallow to I guess, I don't even know if it was so much a rebuttal, but a clarification, if you will.
Yeah.
And was it an advance, anything? It was just like...
Yeah, the advance $5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah.
Who? He signed you for $5,000. That's all he gave you?
That's all it gave me. 5,000 was a lot. 5,000 hit.
Oh, did you give him 5,000 though?
No, I gave him 750,000.
You never gave me 5,000.
At one time, I gave him 5,000, but I gave him 750,000.
Well, why you give me 5,000?
Because I set him up to do a deal to where I could control the deal, make the deal what it should be. Because I knew if he had the leverage, he would go in there and sell both of us out.
What we know about the music industry is it tends to be very predatory, and especially with young rappers that come from means where they haven't seen sums of money like this before, especially in a legal way. We've heard these stories, and the ironic part is when we hear these stories, we usually, Diddy is like the person we go to. And who's been screaming about how Diddy had did them wrong in the music industry the longest? It's been Mase. They've had a strained relationship, partially because of the money. So when we heard this story, and initially when we heard it, it was $5,000 to sign a record deal. So to hear to somebody who's been so adamantly angry towards Diddy to turn around and do that to another artist, it's like, bruh, come on. Like, what $5,000, that don't even make no sense. So what are we doing? And then Fivio just saying it so nonchalantly. And of course, these people, they don't know no better. Like, if you have nothing, of course you're going to take $5,000. And to be honest, it worked out for Fivio. Look at Fivio now.
You know, they went on because Mase had a relationship with Sony. According to what Mase said, I don't know if this is true or false, but they went on to get a record deal where they both split, or Fivio got a $700,000 budget and Mase got $700,000 is the way it was explained.
No, Mase said he got like $800,000 and Fivio got $700,000
because
Fivio owed him $50,000.
Right. What I always feel is wrong is the artist being able to get their creations back or to get higher percentages of their creations later on, right? Or to be able to restructure a deal. When we're talking about nobody knows you, but you're talented, and I am, or someone's going to front all of your living expenses, all of your food, all of your recording, all of your travel, all of your stuff, in exchange for you doing a deal with them so y'all could both go make some money. The parameters of that agreement are never gonna be in the person who's starting with zero's favor.
Okay.
Now, as this grows, and the artist grows, and the demand for what that artist is making grows, I do believe we should now renegotiate because that artist has contributed their person, their personality, their charisma, their face, their likeness. That's where the criminal takes place. The criminal also takes place, and the predatory also takes place where people literally sign away unknowingly their words that they put on a page, their experiences, their ideas are completely signed away unknowingly, and the individuals in power know they don't know and know they don't understand. Let's close out with the conversation, the gatekeepers here, Conway and Funk Flex. Now, I saw this a few weeks ago. Conway was on IG Live and was basically like, you know, Funk Flex, the gatekeepers you owe, when y'all gonna get up out of here, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, people have been mad at Funk Flex since 1990. Who knows? 1993 when Hot 97 came on in New York. Because he ain't playing their record, or they think they deserve this, or they think they deserve that.
I need a little bit of understanding because I saw Funk Flex's rebuttal to Conway when he was like, you got to support Eminem, you got this. And it was like a long list of things. And he's like, bruh, it's don't be mad at me, be mad at the audience. They ain't rocking with you like that. Things are a lot different now with this whole gatekeeper talk. Like, the gatekeepers, to me, they don't have the same juice. And the artists, they carry a lot more weight and have a direct filter to their own audience. So I don't even like Flex's rebuttal to Conway kind of made sense to me. It's like, bro, it's not on me. Like, I don't have this juice you think I have that's preventing you from being famous.
Well, Eddie, it looks like after all that, Conway ended up doing a freestyle with Funk Flex anyway, so it's probably all the work to begin with.
Everything's promotion.
You know, and then people will say, you know, my favorite is, well, it's all payola. Flex and radio DJs only play payola. And I'll be like, well, if that's the case, then how come you ain't on the radio? If it's that easy, but
okay,
you're not. So it ain't just that. You ain't hot. That's what Flex is doing.
Look, Conway,
you ain't hot.
Conway, don't come for us. Conway, don't come for us, bro. But my thing is,
yo, Eddie, you ain't from New York. Flex will literally be on the radio going, you ain't hot. Shut the up. Boom, hitting the bombs and shit. If you can pay, pay. You say you got all that money. That's the Rap Life Review. Eddie and Ebro. Low, get well, Nadeska, we love you. We don't know where these people at, man. They just ain't even kind of work today, man. It's crazy.
They don't like me. It's all good. I still love y'all.
Yo, haven't you noticed that every time? It's always one person missing when you show up, man.
Every time.
It's Rap Life Review. Make sure you add that Rap Life playlist available on Apple Music. And also, make sure you subscribe to this here conversation, Rap Life Review, which comes out every single week. Check y'all out next week.
If you were feeling that episode of the Rap Life Review, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have a question for us, leave it in the comments and we'll hit you back on the next episode.